upon a time in the bustling streets of New York City, a chilly autumn breeze swept through the avenues, rustling fallen leaves and carrying the sounds of honking cars and chattering pedestrians. Amidst the hustle and bustle, there sat a poor beggar named Joe. He wore tattered clothes and held a weathered sign that read, "Anything helps." One sunny afternoon, as Joe sat on the sidewalk with a hopeful gaze, a familiar figure approached. It was none other than President Trump, who was visiting the city for a series of meetings. Dressed in an elegant suit, he spotted Joe and paused, an expression of concern crossing his face. Without hesitation, the president walked over to Joe. "How are you doing today?" he asked, his voice warm and inviting. Joe looked up, surprised to see such a prominent figure taking the time to talk to him. "I'm just trying to get by," Joe replied, his voice barely above a whisper. In that moment, President Trump reached into his pocket and pulled out a generous sum of money. "Here, take this," he said, handing the cash to Joe. "You deserve a little help." Joe's eyes widened in disbelief. "Thank you, sir. This means so much to me," he exclaimed, tears of gratitude welling up in his eyes. As the president continued on his way, he felt a sense of fulfillment. Helping someone in need, no matter the circumstances, reminded him of the importance of compassion. And for Joe, that day was transformed from just another struggle into a moment of hope. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue over the city, Joe sat a little taller, his heart filled with gratitude. The kindness of one man had sparked a flicker of hope, reminding him that help could come from the most unexpected places. In the days that followed, Joe began to turn his life around, inspired by the kindness he had experienced. He found a temporary shelter, started saving money, and even began volunteering to help others in need. The story of President Trump and the beggar spread through the city, becoming a symbol of hope, compassion, and the power of kindness. And so, in a world that often feels divided, this simple act of generosity reminded everyone that a little kindness can go a long way. As the seasons changed, Joe continued to share his story, inspiring others to lend a helping hand to those less fortunate. Through that unexpected encounter, both the president and Joe learned that the spirit of giving and compassion can light up even the darkest corners of the city.